Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 8.6. So let's continue this here. As you see, we are still just moving forward. Not the most action-packed of episodes, but we are raiding a few locations, not always islands, but this Panzer HQs have improved. This now with that. Here. Don't know. Well, let's go. If we're gonna need them, but might as well shift a few of these over here, as we may need them. What other? How many troops we can cut off here? Problem with this is I can't supply that. So, oops. Spain is doing an okay job at supplying it. Ah, we've stolen some Japanese blueprints to improve our flying boats. Well, good. I don't think we were researching those particularly right at the moment because they're out of date. But yes, good. Who do we need to supply that particularly? So let's... You know, we need to supply all of Britain, I think. That's, no, we've been supplying into there, that's right, but we haven't been supplying up to here. So, Belfast. Didn't even think about that. Come out of Rotterdam. the supplies will flow. Yeah, I'm planning on doing some Hearts of Iron 4 after I finish this episode. I'm gonna do some of the Japanese. 4. So in about 40-45 minutes or so, if you wanna, you'll still be up and want to come back for that. Yeah, next time I'm not gonna pick this one. Conquer my own home in California? Really? You want to see me do that? Okay, now that you guys are here, let's put you on board. I think we only need one at a time. Fade there. Not at this time. Big heroic tales, great. Lose 5,000 money. We're gonna save money for that. From that government. Let's do. And we need to fly into Barbados, don't we? I don't know a whole lot about the Java C battle. You're talking about the yes, late 1941 battles down here. The was really an Allied mixed fleet, if I remember correctly, in that there's British, there's American, there's Dutch, all trying to work together to deal with it. I just, quite honestly, I don't know enough to say whether I think they could have won or not. I just don't know. I don't want to just, shall we say, spout stuff because it sounds good. I think it's quite, I don't know. Okay, February 42. Yeah, it's still pretty early there. Okay, so we've got huge heroic tales, which is nice. Combined arms, integration, and the U.S. lost the Yorktown. Wow. Wonder where that happened. Okay, the 25th Waffen Grenadier Division der SS Hunyadi consisted of Hungarian volunteers. It was still in training when the Red Army entered Silesia, and it retreated into Bavaria and later into Austria. 2 combat-ready battalions remained in Silesia for about a week, seeing heavy action. I really have to wonder where they were getting these recruits at this point, but I guess a lot of these, well, I don't know. Ukrainians I sort of get because their homeland's been overrun, but Hungarians, not at this time. You know, obviously, like what we're doing now, I see why people would join up, but oh, okay, this is not a good unit. Well, let's just turn it into a decent infantry unit. There we go. We'll move them this way anyways, but my understanding is they sort of became trapped in here because some of these passes are a little too shallow and narrow to get through it. Okay. Well, we had a major victory somewhere. I'll kick them out of here. I don't know that that's quite equals a major victory, but FUMG, F-U-M-G 41 Mammoth was a long-range phased array early warning radar built by Germany in the latter days of World War II. Developed by the Gemma company, it consisted of 6 or 8 Freya antenna arrays switched together and coupled to 2 Freya devices. The arrays were fixed and the beam could be electronically steered on a 100-degree arc in front and behind the antenna, leaving 80-degree arcs on each side. It was the world's first phased array radar and was able to detect targets flying at an altitude of 8,000 meters at a range of 300 kilometers. The British intelligence codenamed Hoarding was probably related to the shape of the larger array. It was late in the war as April 20th, 1945, the intelligence reports reflected the erroneous opinion that only development prototypes existed, but no operational stations had been fielded. Interesting. We were talking a few hours ago now, at the beginning of the stream, a little bit about Man in the High Castle and the technological differences in that series between Japan and Germany. And this is just comes down to some of the stuff. Japan was way behind on almost all the electronics and things like that they just didn't do good. Japan's one area that they were sort of doing fairly good with was biological warfare. You know, if you like giving people the plague and things like that, yeah, the Japanese were doing okay with that. a lot of the other stuff, they just weren't really that well off. Okay, let's put another tropical island garrison here. We're going to go over here and base. Hopefully they don't get attacked by allies. We've got control of most of these seas here. Oh, well, we've won the Battle of Guadalupe. And they've got an island over here with a bunch of unorganized units, in which they've just lost. They probably got blocked off by a passing ship temporarily. Commando units training continuing. That. Oh, we need a lot of consumer goods. Oh, Okay, don't know specifically why we do, but okay. But we may need to wait for another party rally, but Germany really thought they could win the war with technology. But as that turned out to really not be able to do it. New island industry, okay. Yeah, we'll build it. We've turned that down a few times, but this time we'll do it. We'll march back up this way. Now let's use as an alternate source of Marines the Mountain Division here. Well, go after Puerto Rico. As soon as they free up, we can move here. Now that they've got this port, and advance into here in Canada. Break themselves on me. Yes, you may have energy, you're doing really good. grab a bunch of these units. Actually, let's... What's up to that? I guess that's okay. We go out to sea. Go out to sea. Come on. Let's want more supplies. These guys on board here. Battles. Just to annoy me. Is that why you're constantly attacking there? Okay, still fair. Driving me to distraction. Won't be able to constantly attack there. SSHQs, well that isn't that special. Okay, and I also see Panzer Corps Field Herrenhalle. Yes. This will remove some of our earlier units and upgrade them. It's fine with me because they're not in combat right now. when they're pulling them out of combat is when it really sort of irks me. Get done pretty quickly now. This is taking longer than I would have liked. Oh well. It's okay. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong one. Yeah, they go this way. There we go. That's what we want to do. Now, I did want to wait for the other. Battle to get over, but well. I think that's good. So what we'll do here with these guys is come down, reinforce this Spanish. And we'll come back and we'll start picking up some of these divisions. Or these corps, I should say. Put them all on board, folks. Advance, good. Can't graze them out, but we want to come over here and fighter. And we need to supply Puerto Rico. Take out the last capital of the Dutch. Shattering. Okay, combined arms coordination. That's fine. We'll let that continue as well. Well, it looks like the Spanish are going to take over Canada. I don't know if it's not may actually be the thing. Okay, well. The Battle of France. No, France was incapable of maneuver warfare. I think it's just as simple as that. Arno asked if the Allies. Could Britain have won? Well, Britain was. Its military wasn't big enough. I mean, the BEF wasn't going to defeat the German army, but its mindset was all right to do so. But the French were just incapable of a maneuver warfare, and since it was a maneuver war, they were going to lose. Did they have enough troops? Yes. Did they have enough guns? Yes. Did they have enough tanks? Yes. Did they have crappy tanks? Yes. But would they have worked? Yes. But they were just organizationally incapable of doing it. So any good simulation, if you will, of France is going to always be defeated. So if you can maneuver it into maneuver warfare. Now, if it stays, fortress warfare along the border, yeah, France can do okay. But once it gets out in the maneuver, it won't. Now, of course, if we're playing, humans wanting to play it, we're going to build things like armored divisions and try to do the techs to make them mobile, and they're going to, unfortunately, things are too similar between the standard Hearts of Iron 4. Too similar between nations, but if they just do that, and then they can, because that's changing enough. If we make the right choices, absolutely, because France was the military superpower of the era, with various production of capabilities, and they're quite capable of that. Okay, well, that's here. B, A. Done that. Go. Looking for any that are. There we go. That's at least most of the combat units. Oh wow, look at all those units. All the retreated different corps and whatnot. No wonder they're having such problems. Well, I mean, they're kicking ass, but it didn't just disappear. garrison there. Hold that. Carrier aircraft prototype. We'll let that continue as well. We have a lot of those now, at least in my way of thinking. Are we up there yet? Yep, looks like we're up here. Good. Well, looking for mechanized Conf Group A type divisions and some cores maybe, but get on board. Well, can't fit all of those. Oh, we can fit one of them. No. Oh, okay. Well, but we can fit. That's sort of like what we're going to be heading into Australia with then. We'll shift more down in time. Now what is sort of ridiculous is that I'm not even being challenged in any of these attacks here. They're not coming any fleets out after me. Now how long has this been sitting here? They're attacking into winter Norway is why it's not just overrunning them in, a matter of a couple of days. But the US doesn't even have ships out here that can decide to come out and do something about all of this. Oh, okay, we are here now. Good. Well, let's take one unit. A little, not terribly great unit. Put that on board ship. Let's take out here. That way we'll get a base that we can supply and put in radar and things like that, which definitely helps us. Yeah, that's a bit more than I thought it was going to be. Oh, well, they have very little organization. Not enough supplies, most likely. Human wave, we'll let that go. Interception tactics. Let's change that to air superiority tactics. Okay, good. We've got that. Now, got a battleship coming. But let's build here. Oh well, no, we want to look here to. I'm gonna move them to the top here in a moment. But there we go. That's all good. What I was sort of anticipating doing, just in case I want them up at the top. Do that. Well, I think at this point we're going to end this episode, not the stream, but this episode here of Hearts of Iron 3. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos. I really do appreciate that. And of course, if you would, subscribe to my channel. Or follow me over on Twitch. And of course, please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. I love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.